Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today I've got a new challenge for you. Now this one comes from the mind of Nefe over here on Discord, and it says create a new custom game and set the immune system to miserable, but you cannot build any toilets. You can do wash basins and whatnot and try to survive for 100 cycles. So what happens? What happens if we try to play this game on the hardest disease setting over here? If you go to custom games, you can set this to ridiculous. So what happens when we don't build like the very first piece of equipment that you're supposed to build in the game? So I'm not going to be using outhouses or lavatories. We're just going to pee on the floor. We only have to make it 100 cycles, people. Just 100 cycles. Let's see what kind of dupes we can start off with here. We'll shuffle it up. All right, so I'm going to have to pick my duplicants very, very carefully here. So Bubbles is going to be my duplicant that I think I'm going to use to run around and do a lot of the dirty work for me. She's a pacifist, but she's germ resistant. Wasn't in the rules. Interests is tidy as well, so that's like absolutely perfect. All right, so if I were to pick all germ resistant duplicants, that would be kind of cheating. I'd just be getting around the rules here. So I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to have one duplicant with germ resistant. But what I do want to have is a duplicant that is good at tending to other duplicants. So I need to have a doctor. Yes, there we go, Camille. Perfect. Stress reaction, a vomiter. Perfect, excellent. Now I think it's only fair to balance my germ-resistant duplicant with one that is going to be biohazardous. If you touch a germ, you will die. So there we have it. There's my 3 duplicants. All right, so I've loaded up all the recommended names for my Patreon supporters over here. So the first one over here, Bubbles, is going to become Lemon Time. Gouda, you are my narcoleptic caregiver. And our biohazardous grease monkey over here is Fatty. Welcome to the base, guys, and thank you for supporting the channel. Good luck. Good luck, you're going to need it. I feel like there's a theme to this. Like every single time I bring in my Patreon supporters, it's like guaranteed death. Sorry about that. I don't do it on purpose. Okay, so since all of my duplicants really cannot do their business anywhere else, I'm going to need to design the floor in such a way that it can be easily mopped up. So I'm going to use this early on in the game since I don't have any sort of mesh tiles. That way, at least the polluted water won't roll all the way around my base. Like honestly, step 1, build an outhouse. In this case, that's not a thing. Whatever, then. Build a storage bin. Okay, so we're going to store everything there. And as far as priorities, Lemon Time up here likes to tidy things up. So there you go. You can be my sweeper. I feel like this is going to be a high-stress base. Now, I really have to figure out how am I going to get to water without polluting the water. So my strategy for that is going to be, how do I not give access to somebody who's going to have an issue? Because if my dupes do their business in the, in our water basin, then they're all going to die. This is a terribly hard challenge here. Okay, this right here is just going to become like a run of pee. So how do we pee-proof everything? This is such a weird problem. Your duplicates are constantly going to pee on the floor. How do you not have an issue? So I think the way I deal with this is that I always have a spot for the pee to puddle. Once again, here we are. It comes back to how do we manage pee and poop? Like, this is like the theme of my life. Well then, I mean, at least it's better to know than to suddenly be surprised. All right, so. Okay, so. Strategies for getting to the water. Everything needs to have a ramp. Okay, so this down here is going to become a problem at some point, but it won't become a problem right off the bat. Or do I go, oh my gosh, what? No, look at all the food poisoning over there. If I touch that way, we die. Darn it. There's chlorine down there. I was thinking, okay, maybe I come over here and then go back in. No, that's a terrible idea, apparently. I'm just gonna need wash basins everywhere. Okay, aha! You know what? I may not have a mesh tile, but I have a pneumatic door. So if I build pneumatic doors, and that's what my dupes run on, when they have a problem, it should fall through that. Let me just test my idea. Perfect. Let's just run an experiment. Right off the bat. Interesting. Yeah, see, Fatty here can run all over this. So rather than a ladder down here, I think what I'd want to have is a pneumatic door. This gives me a spot to stand without actually stepping constantly in puddle. Oh, and because of the latest change to the game, cots and stuff can be built on pneumatic doors. Interesting. All right, so this is easily the most ridiculous thing I've tried in this game in a long time. Look at my germs. Like, who touched a germ? You have no germs on you, Fatty. Oh no, but your immune system is naturally going down. Oh, that's bad. Oh, your days were numbered before we even started here. Uh-oh. Okay, so at least now I have a way for the dupes to do their business without having an issue. Or shall I say less of an issue. So if I do this number, right, and I put up a couple cots, and then I eventually plan that, okay, down here is a spot where a pump could go. So that way you don't ever have to bottle it up or anything. It'll just get pumped away. I don't think you'll get all of that done in one day, but get the idea. Good. This isn't the time to take a nap. Oh, no. Oh, this seems like a terrible idea. The food is next to the same spot where the dupes are. No, 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 no. You're right. That's horrible. Work. Get back to work. Copy. Priority level 9. Okay, here we go. Well, okay, that's better than at least it not being there. I guess not everything can be built. Never mind. You can construct it, but you can't build on top. Darn it. So here's where things are going to get real interesting really quick. Oh no. Well, this plan isn't going to work at all. Oh, everybody's making a mess. Look at all the germs. All right, so luckily all these germs are, well, I think we can mop it up without touching it. So I think it should be all right. So it's not going to work for equipment. However, we can walk across it. So at least we're not stepping in puddles the whole time. Interesting. Yeah, see, they're not going to sleep in the cots at all like that. All right, well, see now, since they're not touching anything with germs in it, they're not getting germs on them. So does this mean I could build and use storage bins on top of a pneumatic door? Here I am experimenting in like a challenge. I'm just like, I wonder what's gonna happen. No, see, it's an invalid build location. All right. Now you could destroy the floor. That's another option, but. So what I want to do is get on over here to the pitcher pump, but to make my way over there in such a way that I don't really have to be in that room in order to use it. Not sure I'm going to have the best way to do that. See, my dupe would have to step down to get on that. So if it was up a little bit higher, what I really want it to be is like right here. So you could just barely get on over there, do what you need to do, and then get out of there as quickly as possible. So I'm going to have to be really careful as far as if my dupes need to go to the bathroom, then they have to get out of here. So I need them to dig down right here so that has enough room to get down there. And then we're just going to build this one door here. I don't know what. The whole idea is I'm trying to restrict the access. So in this case, nobody can go through except for lemon time. I don't think I need that there. I think that can just go away. See, Good over there could potentially fall asleep in the wrong spot and therefore have an issue with the water. So right now, there's only one dupe that is capable of dealing with that. What do I want? Oxalite? Ooh, germ resistant. Welcome to the base, Bert. You will be named Gratch. All right, so what I need to do here, I don't think I need all of this. This is just kind of, this was a fun idea. That I think is legit as far as if I just want to go from one spot to another. That's a method to go there. The food situation is kind of weird. They're eating stuff off the floor rather than eating it out of the ration box. All right, so I think I have at least a decent idea of what I want to start doing here. Everybody's going to get their own cot. However, it's going to be spaced out in such a way that if they have an accident during the night, not everybody's going to step through the puddle. Well, they might on their way out, but you know what I mean. Their individual barracks will look like this. And that's going to be kind of the theme of every piece of equipment I build, so that I could just kind of mop up the every time they have an accident without it going all over the place. Speaking of about to have an accident, I think these dupes are they're about ready to burst again. Oh, there they go. See, now there is a bit of food poisoning in the air. So what I have to do here, I think yes, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm just going to have to maintain a really high air pressure. So I need to get that set up. So right now there's only one dupe that is actually having issues with germs, and that'd be Fatty over here. See? Gretch made a mess during the night. Not a big deal. Hop back in bed. Not even an issue. Just scoot over a little bit. All right. That'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to need to build some storage bins. So I'll have all of those. We can pneumatic door it in. Just to kind of, well, that's not really going to do anything. But this here will help keep that oxygen pressure nice and high. So we won't hopefully have a lot of these bottles giving off polluted oxygen, which could potentially put germs in the air. See, like that right there. There's just 800 and some polluted oxygen germs. You know what I should do is I should build wash basins into all of these locations here. Luckily, there's a nice overhang here, so just in case somebody has an accident, we're not going to have any issues there. Everybody wakes up for the morning mop. Yeah. Okay, so all of this is just not at all needed, so we'll just kind of work on building over to that side and getting rid of some of this stuff. So far, it's not bad at all. Now that I say that, at some point it's all going to go wrong here. We will have to eventually touch these bottles, and they have a ton of germs in them. If I could interrupt you guys for just a small moment here, a new Humble Bundle has dropped: microcontrollers, Raspberry Pi, and Arduino. I have one of these packages here, and I really haven't ever done anything useful with it. However, I have a project where I definitely want to make good use of that, but I need to understand how to hook the sensors up and do the code and whatnot. This package here is full of great references as far as to get you up and running, to make a couple example projects. So I've got a sensor like this, and if I wanted to hook it up, there's a Make Sensors one right down here, and I've already purchased it, and it runs me through how I can hook this up in some example codes for Raspberry Pi or Arduino, and that looks like it's going to be really, really useful for me. So if this looks like it's something for you, there's a link in the description below, and if you see this Brothgar logo right down here, that means you are using my link right there, which any purchase of this package will help support the channel. Not only does this help support this channel, but it also helps support Maker Ed, which is a nonprofit organization that is really geared towards helping kids develop confidence and creative thinking and all of that stuff by getting them into these projects and making things through engineering and science. Absolutely awesome, and I feel like we have a lot of similarities here. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. You can pay what you want, and thank you guys so much for your support. Hopefully you find this helpful. There's other Humble Bundles as well. Stress could also become an issue as well with a lot of these dupes. They currently do not have their own rooms and whatnot. Although technically I think I can do this number. Yep, that's a barracks. Let's see what we have in the printer. Biohazardous, no. Ooh, a caregiver. No, we're gonna reject all. I don't need, no, cancel, hang on. I want sand. Give me the sand. Haha! Okay, so I'm going to have an issue with food pretty soon here. So now I need a micro musher, which again means I'm going to need another wash basin, which also means I'm going to want to store the food somewhere where it won't go bad. But I have all of these nasty polluted water things down low. So how am I going to do this? I think I'll have to change these tiles there eventually. You know, if the water's here, the micro musher's there. For now, at least, on the food side of things, I would like those to be near each other. Need a wash basin before you head up in there. And then I should be able to have a spot down here where I can at least store the food that might be at a lower risk of contamination. Aha. Here we go. Chlorine. Perfect. I really need a jobs board. I got so distracted with this whole thing. Not only that, it's probably time for some research. Mush bar is not really what I want to make, but I think I need a few of those. So we'll research the jobs. I'm going to go ahead and do this number. Now these things are only going to run to the point where they max out their amount of oxygen that they have. So as long as they don't click on all at the same time, they shouldn't blow up the wires. Ah, no! Little shine bug got stuck. Alright, you need to move on over here. Get off the machine. Oh no! I don't want anybody to be around this when they need to use the bathroom here. If I can time it out when they're actually going to have an issue. There it is. Right there. Okay, so now I know when it arrives. So at this point we can go on over here and we can actually start to make some more food. Alright, we don't have quite the power to run all of that. So obviously I'm going to turn some of those off for now. But we'll start cranking out that oxygen as much as we can. Okay, so my hope over here is to build a spot where we can have like a little bit of a medical bay. Don't have a ton of room though. Oh no, look at this, look at this. Crap. You see what I'm saying? These germs here. Slime lung. I'm gonna have to block that off. Oh, that could be real bad. I'll head some dupes on over there to go ahead and do that. Alright, there we go. So hopefully the slime lung here does not keep coming on in. This is just valuable food. So I guess it's oops. Here's another time where just having the right door there will make a big difference. Once again, lemon's the only one that can go through there, so yeah, that should be alright. Here's where you mop everything up. Ooh, good. Joya seed. Welcome. No pufflet. Nope. Alright, we need ourselves a little bit of a basic farm to deal with some of this stuff. We're also going to need some power. We'll just get that research cranking up. And get a jobs board down already. Man, doesn't even matter where. Okay, so Gouda is going to do some mining. Fatty is going to be the architect. Gretch, I don't know what to do with you. Architect as well. You're going to build stuff. There you go. Everybody has a job now. Let's see, this mopping is just going to kill me. All the time. Come on, just a little bit more research. Yes! Alright, so I can use an algae terrarium down here. That'll take care of the carbon dioxide problem. Really, you don't need doors to run across. You could just use ladders, but I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Stress is probably going to become my bigger concern now that I have duplicates with jobs and whatnot. Let's see if I can dig over here to this. If I can, and that'll be perfect. A great way in to some chlorine and a spot to store some food. So then I could do that number and then just put a ladder right there. So if they do have an issue, again, there's a spot for it to go. Yeah, see the terrarium being all the way down here, it's just going to absorb a lot of that carbon dioxide since that's the lowest spot in my base. Oh my gosh, but all the mess. All the mess! Let's take a closer look at the research here. How long until I can get myself to the mesh tiles? Airflow. Oh, it's right over there, sanitation. However, for efficiency's sake, I think it's better to go for the power. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Just making a mess right off the bat. So Gouda's gotten a little sick. Why are you sick? A little bit of slime lung. Okay, so what we have going on is this carbon dioxide is harboring some slime lung that was right down here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take care of that. I got to do something about this constant mopping. So I'm going to employ ladder floors for a little while. Just in any spot where there's like, I just need to get from one spot to another. I mean, obviously I have the pneumatic doors. I can do that, but that's going to require spending a lot of metal. All right, so what do I want to do over here? A mess hall? Might even be able to build out a great hall. See if I can recover a little bit of Fatty's health here. He jumps on that med bed. Doesn't look like he wants to, though. It's outside of a medical bay. Oops. Oh, crap. All right, so here's kind of an issue. I can't have a med bay because it would require a toilet. So I guess I can have a toilet, but I just cannot use it physically. Because trying to do this without a medical bay, I mean, at some point these dupes are going to get sick and I'm going to have to do something with them. So this seems to be working out okay. It's actually getting rid of that carbon dioxide. And as I'm getting rid of that carbon dioxide, the slime lung is also being destroyed as well. Because it is then 100% oxygen in there. Alright, at least I have a bigger battery now. That's good. I'm going to need a massage table for sure. Okay, I built a massage table just in case anybody starts having a little bit too many issues here. Ooh, everybody got diarrhea. Nice, that'll be interesting. Got a dupe in here that's ready to blow. Ah, run! Run! Ladder, okay. Okay, we're alright. I need to get this thing built up here so that the dupes don't stick around right here. I don't want them to stay there. So what I need is a mess table. Okay, so that's just meal prep 2. Luckily, that's not too far away. Ew, everybody's making a lot of mess. I mean, what's funny about this is they all have diarrhea, but it's like not really a big deal. Ooh, there's some food poisoning in the air though. That might be a bigger deal. Come on. Okay, good. I'm having to watch my dupes like so close. Oh man, no shortage of polluted water this time. This playthrough is so awkward. Oh my gosh. I mean, what a weird way to play the game. That's all I've got to say. Oh my gosh. Mop this up, mop that up. Whatever you do, just don't introduce slime lung at all. Alright, we're gonna get a coal generator up and running. That should free up some dupes. Between mopping and running on the manual generator, I'm losing a fair amount of time. That, and I'm really not, well, I am maintaining a decent pressure there. You can see that's 1600, so that's pretty good. But we still have carbon dioxide down there, which is, I don't know, that's interesting. And for whatever reason, it's not doing priority level 9, jeez. Consumable, want to make sure that that's there. There we go. That'll be good. That'll also give them a room over here, which they should enjoy. Of course, now we need a little bit of decor, because you don't start off with any of that. Clementine mastered a job while on the massage table. I wonder how I could do that better. We're gonna throw Gouda on there. Hopefully we get this thing built up, and hopefully we get some little something I could build inside of there so that this becomes way more effective, because that is just not effective. And my dupes are cold, believe it or not. It's a chilly base, I guess. It's strange. Ah, see, this is much better. Now that they're in here, there we go. All right. Now we can start to make some progress here. We're gonna crank that up, get that done. We'll get rid of this. We don't need that there. Inside of here, how about a little bit of a seed, barrier seed. And who's stressed? Gouda, you can take a little bit of time off. Clementine. Do that as well. Just knock them down to 30%. This crazy floor is just driving me nuts. all right, do something different. Throw a wash basin in there. There we go. Is this now an official room? Yes, it's a mess hall. That should help. We could put a Joya seed in there. Seems like the hatch has made its home in there as well. What? I can build crown molding without... Okay, never mind. Oh, there it is. Water cooler. Found you. Okay, so to turn this into a great hall, I'm just going to sweep up a bunch of stuff in there to kind of get the decor up inside there, and then I'll put a water cooler on top with a little bit of crown molding. Yeah, it'll be real nice. And great hall. But okay, you guys don't even need to sweep it up. There you go. Hey, vitamin chews. Perfect. Did you get any? Fatty? Oh, he's got a vitamin supplement. Excellent. Might actually make him go up for a little while. So I think we need to start researching some apothecary there just to keep him alive. Luckily, I'll pick up advanced research on the way, so that'll be good too. And also get some plumbing, so hopefully I can start to automate some of this mopping. Because every cycle I've just been like, okay, what to mop next? M key. Select whole map. Okay, so I've got a little bit too much carbon dioxide rolling around. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully deconstruct one of these little spots right there, and then throw down another terrarium over here, kind of spread it out a little bit. So this one's disabled, that one's enabled. Looks like they're doing making quick work of the research, so that's good. They make a mess while drinking water. That's hilarious. Okay, so what I have to do... Oh, yes, a mesh tile. Thank you, game. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yup. Mesh everything. This is going to be the best cycle in the game right here. It's going to eat up a lot of copper, but you know what? I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm here in cycle 25, and so far this has been kind of a weird, okay, it's been a really weird playthrough of the game. The only reason I am surviving right now is because since I'm not using an outhouse or anything like that, my duplicants just simply aren't getting germs on top of them. So when they have an accident, you can bottle it up. But if I were to mop this bottle or take this bottle to somewhere else where it's going to be emptied, they would get a bunch of germs on them. So I'm able to do what I'm doing right now simply because the dupes are just not getting germs on top of them. As far as the germs that's being given off into the air, there is food poisoning going around, and that will become a problem. So while it looks like I could just keep doing this forever, I don't think I can, because I will eventually be overrun by polluted oxygen here. So the other thing I should be researching towards is an Atmo suit. Because once I get my dupes inside of there, that takes care of their needs to use a bathroom. And also protects them from a fair amount of germs. So far, my strategy of getting to the water just like this has worked out. As long as I just don't have an issue, it'll be okay. All right, there we go. Now the dupes are starting to switch the tiles. Like most of the time I'm just back here just with the mop tool. Just, okay. At least in this case, all of the mopping will be in one spot rather than all over the base. I don't even, I'm not sure I even want to make lice loaf. Because to make lice loaf, you have to go in here and grab water. And that's just risky. But then again, you have the same thing with water, so I guess that's okay. Actually, you know what? Mush bars are more dangerous because it's 75 kilograms versus 50. Yeah, geez, once we stop doing all this research, we certainly can get back to work. Okay, so I want to be able to pitcher plumb right there. I will need access to more water eventually, so I need to build that up so I don't have an issue. I mean, the thing about this is you just can't make a mistake, like I almost made right there. When I put that up, that'll move it out of the way. Okay, excellent. Which means I need to deconstruct that, which is okay. Just going to be a vacuum inside of there. Build a tile right there, so when I go to make the pitcher pump, I can do it right in that spot. So digging down here, I can get access to, obviously, a lot more water. It should also let the carbon dioxide be in a lower spot as well. All right, so most of my dupes here have a higher morale now, so that's good. I can move them up to tier 2 easily. We'll put the jobs board down there. Try to kind of funnel all of the mess into one more centralized spot. Move these mesh tiles around so that they're in a better spot. This way I could just come down here and I can mop one spot and take care of that whole area. Make this a little easier with some mesh tile. There you go. All right, good. I have the apothecary unlocked. Let's see what other researches I can get. Oh, yeah, brute force. That'd be good. Oh, a shine nymph. Welcome. See this here. Yes. And then I could just set it up so that it just does this number. And then anything that happens here just kind of flows down for the most part. And then one dupe just sits right in the middle there and just blows through the whole thing rather than all the dupes stop and mop up every single day. What? That went fast. Awesome. All right, now I have the rock granulator. Crap. We need ourselves a couple of placebos. Considering how low Fatty's getting there. Hopefully this helps. Balm lily flower. Set that up to a higher priority. Oh no, you guys had an issue down here. That's not good. Ooh, and polluted dirt. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'm going to have to build a storage bin over here and move this out of the way. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'll just build it over here. And then if I build a door next to it, which I have to research, a manual door, I can lock it out. Quick, he only has 3%. 7, 9. Uh-oh. Come on, buddy. 1%. Uh-oh. Oh, he's up to 2%. Oh, 3%. Barely missed it. How about that? Oh my gosh, gotta constantly mop this base. 1,000 times over. Ha. Problem solved. Ooh, a snazzy suit. Gretch. There you go. Enjoy that. Okay, there's... I'm getting so tired of all this polluted oxygen. Oh. Decontamination. Research that. Alright, looks like we're pretty much out of water at this point. So, I'm going to have to move that on over there and build that. And, obviously here we're just going... I want to do the exact same thing that I did up there. Restrict the access. We'll mop up the rest of that water. Hopefully we don't have an issue with it. That should open up some more space over there as well. Yes, I can make deodorizers. Deodorize everything. Now, do they give off germs though? To polluted. Ooh, I don't know. I might have made it. I don't think the clay has germs in it. I don't know. There we go. We can get ranching up and running a little bit here if we do some more research. I think the biggest thing though is what's going to happen here when I start to move these polluted bottles around and who I'm going to let do that. Because I can't have the same person who's running over here to grab water and coming back up here over here to the micro musher be the same person that's grabbing these bottles, because they could get covered in germs. To this point in the game, I've just completely avoided my duplicates ending up covered in germs. Oh, whoops. I opened up the rooms here. It's just weird to build your entire base out of mesh tiles. It's been so long since we've done or at least since I've done anything like this. I don't think I've ever done anything quite like this. Yeah, this is annoying. They keep going to the bathroom over here. Come on, guys. Stop that. There we go. Some nice clean oxygen. Much better. All right, one more printing pod. All right, so there you have it. I've made it to cycle 50. And you know what? This has been one really weird challenge so far. I think in part, I'm slightly playing it knowing that all I have to do is make it to cycle 100. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I should actually sweep these bottles up. I think that has to be my goal for the next video here, is find a way to deal with this polluted water, because I could stretch this out to the point where I just never really ever touch a germ, which is totally weird considering if you look at the germ overlay, there's lots of really, really germy things here. Look at that. 1.8 million food germs in that spot. And what do we have over here? Millions more. Yeah. So some poor duplicate is going to touch that, and oh man, they're going to have a really bad day. But I think the thing is I have to get to the end of cycle 100 now. And I can't simply rely on there being a bunch of polluted water just sitting around. It has to be cleaned, and the duplicates have to pick it up, because if the duplicate picks it up, they're going to get covered with some germs there. So that'll add a little bit of challenge to something that should be really challenging here. So I think we're going to have a germ breakout in the near future. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. I do this stuff all the time. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are absolutely awesome, and have a wonderful day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.